This is the Mooncast.
I think the main thing moving forward is content for the next 10, 15, 20 years, because I'm looking at it from the landscape of people. Like, for instance, now when I have clients, the first thing they want to see is my content. They want to see if I have any content. They want to see. So that's why I'm pushing out blogs. I'm so big and adamant on content as of late, because I'm starting to see that there's 4.5 billion people on the internet now currently. And then in 2030 projected to be 5.5 billion people on the internet. And so that pie is going to continue to increase. And so because that pie is continuing to increase, you have a higher possibility to attract new clients over the course of time. And you also establish authority early, and you compound that authority over the course of time. So that's the reason that I'm adamant about pushing content as much as possible. It's a risk in the sense of you lose your digital anonymity, because obviously I've had my digital anonymity for quite some time now. And so I really wrestled with, after talking to partners, and I'm basically trying to decipher whether it made sense for me to start, advocating to show my face more, and to, I guess, show my level of competency, and build trust with my community, and build more organic traffic flow, and get more prospects and more warm leads. And so, yeah, that's the reason ultimately I decided to start pushing out content, and try to go for that compounding effect over the course of time. Because once you establish authority and you have a trusted brand, a trusted face, it makes it much easier to be able to sell things. Even now, I'm getting like clients, and they're asking me like, hey, I asked them like, hey, where'd you find me? Or I found you on YouTube, or I found you on LinkedIn because you were posting content, about your blog. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So it's working. And so that's why I'm adamant about the content. But dude, just want to say thank you so much for coming on. I know it's a struggle for you to have gotten here. I'm glad that you're here with me, and welcome to the Mooncast. This is very, very, very special moment. We have a very special guest today, guys. We have the CEO of ARC Technologies, Daniel No. So Daniel, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit to the audience, let them know who you are and what you do and why you started ARC and all different types of things like that? So yeah, you can go ahead and give them a little bit of introduction.
Absolutely, Van. Thank you so much for the warm introduction. First and foremost, my name is Daniel, and I'm the founder and CEO of ARC Technologies Group. And we are a high-frequency spot trading software formulated just for the cryptocurrency market. So our software does high-frequency spot trading in users' accounts. We do not have to touch client funds at all. We do not hold client funds. We do not have a slush fund of any kind. We just simply have an API key plugin software, 2048-bit encryption, and it operates on 14 licensed exchanges worldwide. So we've been in business since 2020. We've amassed a little over 3,000 global clients, and we continue to grow organically. And we have so since arguably the beginning of the pandemic, when we began bench testing. So we find ourselves in a very unique and niche marketplace that, unlike a lot of other old traditional trading bots that have to have predetermined components put into place to make sure that they're doing something that's relevant with today's crazy sideways and up and down markets, we've incorporated an artificial intelligence component to it, and we've been testing it very, very carefully. We did so over 8.5, almost 9 months, and then it hit the market in 2020, and we've been very successful ever since. We hit the ballpark between 3 and 6% per month, not per annum. So from that point, we're able to scale between 36% upwards of 60% per annum. We do charge 20% commission at the end of every month, and we have a front end screen that we've also built that can mirror and that can be connected directly to your trading spot wallet account And from that point, you can look at it directly, or you can log into your own private spot wallet. Obviously, you have the credentials as the user, and it's like a dopamine hit. You log in every day, you see the profits that you've made. At the end of the month, we just simply send you an invoice because we have no control over your funds, and we say, as per the agreement, you've made you've made $4,000 or $5,000. 20% is our cut. Please pay within 5 business days. We give a plethora of different payment options, and from that point, that's it. We don't want to have any control over any funds. We are FinTrack licensed. We do operate in North America, South America, Europe, and we have some Asian clients as well. So overall, as a whole basket, I feel that the returns that we can provide are market leading. I strongly feel that the scalability of our product is huge. I mean, we can incorporate it into enterprise use, white label it for different institutions. We have VC firms that are clients of ours. We have hedge funds as well, all the way down to your everyday retail investors. So our software is built on big bang trading technology. We incorporate a lot of functions from the legacy software, which a lot of hedge fund managers use for a number of years. We took it, we re-engineered it over the course of almost a year. We tested it for about 8.5, 9 months. And it's a combination of existing software, proprietary software, intellectual property, and we put it all in one really neat, attractive package that produces some significant monthly returns in a very, very safe manner.
Got it. And also, where's the firm located again? Just for the audience to know.
Yeah, of course, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, so our head office is in Anguilla, which is a British West Territory in the British West Indies. So we have our office there in the Babro building, and we do a lot of in-person meetings as well there, should anybody find themselves in that part of the world. We don't have any other satellite offices at the moment, but we are looking at opening one in Panama City, in Panama, and perhaps one in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where we originally started from. But right now we just have to look at regulatory boundaries and just to make sure that it makes the most sense, right, for our clients, right? Because crypto is an ever-changing regulatory landscape, and we have to be fully compliant and fully functional within those ever-changing parameters. Yeah.
Got it. And if I, for instance, was an investor and I wanted to deploy my capital leveraging your software, can you tell me step by step, basically from step A from point A to point B, exactly what would I do? How would it work? Explain all the little incremental steps in between too as well, so that you can get an idea of how it works, how you don't hold the custody of the funds. Am I actually deploying the capital directly into an actual platform that you control the funds then from that point and on? So tell me exactly how does it work, and so you can get a little bit of clarity and understanding and transparency behind that. So
good question, Van. Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, a user would have to have a crypto account. That could be, let's say, with crypto.com, Coinbase, Binance. Those are all exchanges that we're licensed on. So let's say you have $20,000, $30,000 in stable coin sitting in your spot wallet account. You don't know what to do with it. What you do is then you would register with us online. You go to info@arctechnologiesgroup.net, send us an email with your name, with the fact that you'd like to be onboarded or you'd like some more information. And if you're at the onboarding stage, we then would schedule a call with you. We do what's called a white glove onboarding service. It takes anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Our technical analysts will talk to you, get to know you, to say, okay, what are you looking for out of this crypto venture of yours? Of course, that could be a very simple remark as, I just want to make as much money as I can. That's fine. So what we do is we have every month we update the coins that we are working with. So we only follow reputable projects. We do not follow, for lack of a better term, in this landscape, shit coins, pardon me. But we follow reputable ones here, right? Like Ape, HBAR, stuff like that, right? So ones that have usability and that are long-term reputable projects. So from that point, we provide a pretty vast list of between 5 and 10 main coins that are the most profitable. And like I said, we update it month to month. and we tell the client, this is where we see the most results. Here are screenshots from existing clients. You can see exactly how many trades our bots made with these pairs. We can provide the fact that it was either on Binance, Coinbase, Crypto.com, etc. And from that point, we just simply tell the client, this is what we would suggest. We are licensed to provide this information and financial advice, but at the end of the day, the client is going to do what they want to do. So from that point, we just ask them if this is kosher with them. If they like it, they say yes. From that point, then we ask for a security key to be shared with us through email. So we use Proton Mail and a couple other secure methods to transfer this information. From that point, the secure API key is shared with our TA at the other end of the phone, and this is a trade-only plugin software that we utilize. So we have no other parameters, and anybody who is pretty fluent with Binance Spot account would know that there are certain parameters that you can allow API keys to work in, and you select exactly what you want. We have no control over that. So we strongly tell clients, we advise them only click on the trade only button, nothing else. From that point, the client would do that. They would share that secure key with us. We would then confirm it on our end, and then we would link it. We would also link two-factor authentication through Google Code with the person's phone, send them a text message, they reply back, and then they register with that secured link. From that point, we say, okay, we suggest $5,000 per each trading pair, or each quant, as we call it, only so that the bot has a lot of buy and sell room and a lot of funds to play with in each particular trade. From that point, we say, we've explained the 5 to 10 most profitable pairs. How many pairs would you like to start with? What would you like to do? The client then gives us the go-ahead. We can either have the TA give step-by-step instructions over the phone about how to do it, or about how to purchase a particular trading pair, $5,000 worth of HBAR, $5,000 worth of APE, or if the client is a little more advanced in their own wallet, they just do it right on the spot. Once we have those trading pairs, we set up the bot. We use a pretty standard algorithm that we've created, and that is always ever changing due to it being a machine learning technology. But ideally, we have very specific stop loss metrics that are in place so that we completely ensure that there are no unnecessary risks to the client's portfolio. The bot doesn't take any risky moves. It's just very simple, high frequency buy, sell, regardless of market conditions. So from that point, the client just can sit back, relax, and watch the bot do its work. And like I said, every 30 days, it's between 3 and 6%. A client can log into their Binance account or Crypto.com account every single day. They can look at their available balance in USDT or USDC, and they can just watch it grow. And if for whatever reason the client wants to take their funds and go, they have something else they want to spend money on, there's no commitment, there's no contract of any kind. We give 2 weeks for free, 14 days, and whatever money you make in 14 days, you keep it. Otherwise, you stay on as a client, and from that point, we just send you an invoice every month. But like I said, we do not have any control over any client's funds. At the end of the month, we just send you a nice email invoice with our USDT wallet address, our USDC wallet address, our Bitcoin wallet address, or wire transfer options should somebody want to pay through a bank or even with a Visa credit card. So that's how we operate in a nutshell from start to finish. If a client is interested and they want to start making some money with us, it's a pretty streamlined process. It's really effortless. It's about 45 minutes to an hour the most.
Got it. And if, say, for instance, the client were to, is there a way to sort of adjust the level of risk in regards to the trading bot? Is there a way to say, okay, I want intermediate risk, or maybe I want high risk frequency trading, or I want something more low risk? Or is it just, hey, there is no real risk involved? What is the actual risk involved? What's the trade-off? What's the potential risk that the client should be aware of in case they want to deploy their capital and utilize your software with the API plugin in the back end?
Good question. So we take a very risk adverse approach. So our algorithms are set in a specific way that we do not we do not feel comfortable gambling with client funds, or people's hard-earned money. So there isn't a whole lot of leeway as far as how much risk the bot will take. However, there is an option that the bot can be engineered so that it can take a monthly amount of funds, so your interest, not your principal, and it can actually hedge against a perceived drop anywhere around the world. And we do have global connected quant-based servers. We also have to piggyback off of exchange servers as well. So as soon as the bot interprets there to be a massive drop or a massive fall in the market, we're going to actually hedge against that for our clients to come out the other end on top versus the average person who's holding their coin. Yeah, so basically we are just very risk adverse, and we do not consider that taking a risk is worth a reward of an extra percentage or two per month that our clients may be able to get. The software is very streamlined, very straightforward. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room as far as the risk. If somebody wants to take extreme risk for extreme reward, then we would suggest them they just do their own spot trading on their own time and take it from there. But we're just a very cautious, slow and steady, profitable trading bot that produces considerable monthly returns in a very safe manner.
Got it. And can you mention a little bit more about, because I know I went through your pitch deck and everything, but can you just mention a little bit more about the partnerships that you guys have in regards to Azure, EQI, and sort of like MasterCard, Visa, and sort of a little bit more about these particular partnerships? How do they work, and how can clients take advantage of it?
Good question. Absolutely. So because we are in the Caribbean, there is a group that is affiliated with the government of Anguilla, and they're called the Azure Group, AZUR. And they're a special economic zone partner, which means that they can open up a corporation in the jurisdiction of Anguilla, and clients can utilize this service to KYC a corporation on Binance and then use our software. So this is a entity where there are no corporate income taxes for 25 years. There are no government concessions. You also get visa-free access to the to the country of Anguilla for 5 years at a time with this package. So this package gives you a physical office space on the island to work remotely if you want. It gives you substance requirements in the country, zero corporate income tax, zero reporting requirements, zero government concessions if you have a physical goods that are moving, coming, going from the country, if that's a subsidiary business that you decide to open. And like I said, visa-free access. So no questions asked, no waiting in line, no paperwork. You get a photo ID card from the government. It has your information on it, and it says you are the owner of a special economic zone corporation, so you are allowed to come and go free of charge, free of questions for 5 years at a time. And in that same package with Azure, they also offer an offshore bank account with a banking partner of ours, EQI Bank. And Jason Blick is the CEO, very sharp man. He's very, very progressive with his banking structure. Right now, they are officially a neobank. So they are registered in Dominica, but they provide global services in, I believe, 140 countries. So they're big on crypto. They have their own wallet called Equify. They have their own coin, which is traded on Binance and a slew of other exchanges. Their stock is also traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange as well. And they offer corporate bank accounts, personal bank accounts, crypto services, OTC services. They also offer credit cards, debit cards, and lending services. They also deal with high-risk lending for yachts, airplanes, stuff like that. And overall, they're a very, very good competitive bank, good customer service, good relationship with us and with our existing client base. And that's all included in the total price of $32.95, and that's per year. That gives you your, like I said, your visa-free access, your corporation, your physical office space, your ability to use those documents to KYC on an exchange if you want to use that for trading purposes, for passive corporate income. and as well for you to live and work in a beautiful Caribbean island for relatively cheap, and you get an exceptional global banking partner with that as well. So overall, it's a very attractive package. Aside from that, we've also partnered with MasterCard and Visa, so we are able to provide prepaid debit cards as well. Unfortunately, these do not carry any real bonuses like Crypto.com used to have. They used to give you air lounge services, etc., cashback. Fortunately, we weren't really able to get that type of deal with them, but they have gone through our work and our services meticulously, and they've given us the green light happily. So we're able to provide physical cards, and then for our clients, we can provide virtual tokenized cards, which are able to be, which function on Apple Pay and Google Pay, and they give the ability to make a considerable amount of monthly returns, spend it as they see fit. These cards accept both US dollars, euro. They also accept various different kinds of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, USDT, USDC, and ultimately it's a US dollar denominated card. But we can also change that with the service provider, where we can actually provide it in euro, Australian dollar, stuff like that. So we're pretty well versed in that respect with our partnerships. We've also partnered with a slew of other private insurance companies as well in the Caribbean, like Captiva, to name a few. And we're able to give one-on-one service to clients who are looking for other services like trusts, captive insurance company, stuff like that. And it's just a very, very good way to protect your capital and to ensure financial stability really in the future, right? Because it's very, very it's very strange times. So we have a slew of reputable partnerships that these companies have been around for decades, and we continue to grow our client base. So we're very much looking forward to the new chapter of additional business and additional partnerships. But right now we have a very robust, very neat package for our users to choose from.
Got it. And in regards to KYC, in regards to onboarding clients into your software, is there any sort of limitation depending on which geographical location that you are? Or can any client anywhere around the world globally be able to utilize your services and packages?
It's a good question. Anyone around the world can actually utilize us as long as they're able to get on any of our 14 licensed exchanges as a user. Then anyone in the world can use us free of restriction, free of any other intrusive nature by any means. We do have terms and conditions that we do provide to clients, although we do not have to provide nearly as much scrutiny as far as clients are concerned, because we are just a software company. We're not an exchange. We're not a government, a government entity. So it's very, very simple and very streamlined how we operate. Someone who's already on an exchange is already KYC'd. The onus is on the exchange to make sure they know who their customer is. We do have our own T's and C's. However, we're far less stringent on gathering and retaining this information because it's just not necessary for us.
Got it. Okay, yeah, makes sense. And in regards to the package that you said about the potential possibility of getting the residency in Anguilla with the corporation, everything like that, and you talked about it, is it a one-time fee or is it annual reoccurring fee?
Yeah, good question. So the $32.95 is an annual reoccurring fee.
Okay.
And that goes to the government, that goes to the company manager, that goes to the upkeep of the offshore bank accounts, the office space as well, where clients are allowed to come in and operate, like I had mentioned, if they want to have an actual desk space by the beach in the Caribbean. So that's where basically think of it like a condo fee, right? You want to live and play and you want to have these perks. This is the yearly fee, and then it encompasses every single thing that I had previously mentioned to provide a very robust, very minimal effort package for clients and users.
Got it. Okay, and you mentioned about the 2048-bit encryption And you don't have to go too much into detail about it, but can you just say a little bit of what the pros are and what separates it? What's the competitive advantage with this encryption as opposed to other different types of encryption?
Good point. So 2048-bit encryption is just simply an algorithm it's a cryptographic algorithm that uses a key length of 2048 bits to transfer data into an unreadable format. So basically ciphertext. This is arguably some of the highest security levels that we have to commit to on a minute by minute basis for us to operate on these global exchanges. These exchanges around the world, like Binance, they're DSS compliant. They are SOC type 1, SOC type 2 compliant, just like we are. And they have to be able to provide this level of internationally recognized security features for its users. We have to have the identical amount of security on our end in order to even be able to be licensed to operate as an API key plugin to anyone's account. Otherwise, we would not have any access. We would not be able to work, and Binance would put a quick stop to that very abruptly. So basically, our 2048-bit encryption algorithm allows us to securely transfer our algorithm data to the client's spot wallet in order to execute the buy and sell in high frequency. So it's some of the world's leading standards in security compliance as far as technology goes. So we have to abide by that. And any other software that works on and is licensed to work on a global exchange must comply with these standards as well. They must hold these certifications independently. Otherwise, we can't play ball with the big players in the big leagues. So we're very fortunate to have top level security in that respect, and it's really a standard now in today's environment with the amount of threats that are present. So we just have to be very compliant in that respect, and we are. We have global quant-based servers that are interconnected all around the world. So one of our servers goes down in another country, or one of the Binance servers goes down. We have just seamless trading that keeps on carrying on, irrespective of geopolitical environments, natural disasters, etc. That's something that a stock trader, a human being, just simply can't do. So we're very lucky. In order to be this proficient, we have to be definitely compliant.
Got it. Yeah. And in regards to, you said you had over 14 different exchanges that you have the access to the API plugins to, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
And in regards to these, I'm just wondering, is there I guess the artificial intelligence trading bot is able to facilitate more arbitrage trading too as well? Or is it only doing just trading pairs? Or is it maybe seeing okay, one exchange, Bitcoin price a little bit higher and this other exchange a little bit lower, and I'm able to take advantage of the two different exchanges in terms of arbitration? Or is it just mainly just trading in between whatever exchange that the client has their funds deployed in?
We can offer an arbitrage service where you can actually get the best bang for your buck across any of the applicable exchanges that we are licensed to operate on. So yes, that service is available. But ideally, whatever the pair is what the bot's going to be trading. It's not going to be sourcing high and low necessarily, unless that is something that a client wishes to have active. We're just simply providing high frequency buy and sells within the software parameters, within the safety stop loss metrics that are in place, and within that actual trading pair. So the more volatile the pair is, or I should say the coin, the more profitable the bot actually is. So yes, we can provide that service over the 14 different exchanges that we're licensed on, if that does help clients as well with looking for the absolute best price. We have found that using Binance.com, so Binance Global, we by far get arguably the best price per trade. It's very hard for us to find a better cost, I guess, per trading pair, or per even for trading commission that the actual exchange would actually take. It's very minute, but Binance by far is the most forgiving in that respect.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. And in regards to what is that sort of like, I guess, separates you guys from the more traditional legacy trading bot? What can you say is why should someone choose you, basically? Like, what would be the difference between your trading bot versus someone else's trading bot? Why should they trust your trading bot versus, because there's a lot of different trading bots that people are sort of facilitating to the market. So I'm just trying to figure out basically why should clients choose your service over someone else's trading bot?
That's a great question, man. Absolutely. So what separates us from a traditional trading bot, or I would say a legacy trading software, is that legacy trading bots will typically rely on pre-programmed indicators, and they stick to it. That's it. It very rarely changes, and it's highly unpredictable where your profits are going to come from, if at all. Whereas us, we've incorporated not just the heavy duty software that big banks and hedge funds use in the fiat world, and we have re-engineered it for our own terms. But also we've incorporated an AI component. So there's enhanced decision making, or basically, machine learning technology that would be that of a human being. So if a human being was making these trades in conjunction with security, with algorithms, that would be a pretty exceptional bot. We have all that down pat. So what I think separates us from the rest of the market is that, one, it's our profits. The proof is in the pudding. 3 to 6% every single month. That's in your spot wallet. I mean, we can't make that up. We've extracted that profit for you. The other thing too is real-time adaptability. So the bot will have the ability to adapt to and respond to real-time market fluctuations, and update its strategies rapidly, whether it be a very volatile markets, albeit there's considerable fluctuation happening at any given time. It's very volatile. These traditional bots rely on just very stagnant, underperforming, predetermined algorithms to determine what's a good buy, what's a good sell. Whereas us, we with an AI software, it's just it's seamless. That's what I would say strongly would be the difference between us and a legacy series trading software. It's just that it's speed and efficiency. It's the advanced technology that we're able to leverage, and it's the tried and true results that we are able to provide in client funds. I mean, we're not dumping money into their funds, or pardon me, into their wallet to prove that it's made money. It's, we wouldn't have any money if that was the case, right? We're actually extracting these profits. You can actually see in real time, because we actually do archive every UTC timestamp code. We do actually provide these data dumps to clients should they want to see it in real time, and they can actually correlate this information on the blockchain with historical graphs to prove that yes, this bot actually did these trades in rapid succession. So that's what separates us from the norm, and that's why we have market leading results. So I would say, you find a software like ours that's machine learning, that's independent of one location, one jurisdiction, that does not take your funds and use them to do I don't know what, and promises you a return, that simply uses a piggyback, backdoor, a secure way to do spot trading for you. That's really what separates us, and that's why we have such a large, growing global presence, because we're very risk adverse, and we do not touch client funds, like I'd mentioned. So that's really what separates us in a nutshell among the traditional ones that you might find online now.
Got it. And for the clients that maybe not be so privy to chain analysis, is there a way for them to be able to, or for you to facilitate the chain analysis via the front end of the software?
Yes, so we can provide these, like we call them data dumps. We can provide them to the clients. We can configure it in a simple to read format should they want to actually correlate that to actual historical and statistical information. We do have forensic accountants who can go through that as well, and who can actually look, line by line to prove that our bot's actually done what it says it's done. But also the best thing apart of this is that if somebody may not have the most technical experience in that, should they know somebody who's either a forensic accountant or who is an expert in blockchain analysis, again, you can take a month, 2 months to go through it. It really doesn't matter to us. And you can actually correlate every single trade yourself and say, yeah, it's in a simple read format. I can correlate this trade here, 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 and here. And that resulted in, 25 cents each trade. There was 15,000 trades in the one pair for that 1 week. All this, like this math, it adds up. It makes total sense. So yeah, we're very open and very transparent about that, and we provide a slew of different means for clients, whether they're experienced or they're a beginner, to understand exactly how our bot actually functions.
Got it. And in regards to the minimum amount that you guys are willing to work with for clients, what is that amount for clients so clients can know?
Good question. So we don't necessarily have a minimum, but we strongly advise at least $15,000 USDT or USDC stablecoin to start with, only so that we can have at least 2 or 3 pairs running at any given moment to, one, provide the most amount of return for our clients to justify the 20% in our monthly fee, and also to make a considerable amount of return. So 15,000 really is, we'd like to hit the benchmark, although we have had exceptional circumstances where we have used one trading pair that is, let's say, APE. It's a very volatile coin, and we've paired that with a little under, I think the one client had about 8 or 9,000 US, and they made over 2.5 months, they made about 15%. So 15% on just under $10,000. I mean, that's a decent return, but it really depends on size. Really, size matters. 3% of 10,000, 3% of 50, 3% of 100,000. It's at a minimum. It's really how we justify it to clients. So 15,000 is sort of the benchmark where we can definitely provide the most performance. That's sort of what we aim for.
Got it. And can you walk me through the packages? Because I saw that there's packages monthly that the clients need to be paying in regards of monthly recurring payments that they need to pay. So can you just walk me through the packages and like what's the differences between each package?
Absolutely, man. Yeah. So the base package, we're looking at $89.99 US a month, or USDT a month. So that allows you to have up to your 3 trading quants. So that's like the most basic package. So that gives you, if you have $15,000, $5,000 in each quant, that takes our server costs into account. So that's where that fee is associated with. It's not just server costs. Obviously, it's our technical analyst team. It's the whole company as a whole for us to operate. That's the most basic package that gives you your 3 trading pairs. The second package, or intermediary one, that's going to be, that's going to allow you to have 5 trading pairs. I believe 6 now we offer in that package as well, and that gives you the whole rundown of you can have 6 quants on any given exchange. And the third one as well is our top tier one. That gives you up to 15 trading pairs allocated to each profile, and that is $219.99 US a month. And in every single package that we do provide, we do take a 20% commission per month. And again, that's for high server costs. That's for functionality of our actual operation, and then the residual amount is left in the client's account after we invoice them, and that's it. Because we don't have any control over funds, we just ask clients to pay it at the end of the month, and we provide a breakdown of what they've made, and we can correlate that and provide data dumps as well. But those funds are already in the user's account, and we just kind of lay it out there in a very simple to read format. So those are the 3 main packages. And I do apologize. I'm sorry. I'm having a moment here, a senior's moment. I believe that the middle package is $129.99. I have to double check that. I'm sorry, but our information is on our website. I do apologize for that. But yeah, there are 3 tiers. Basically, the more you'd spend, the more quants are allocated to your trading portfolio, which gives you a higher monthly return, essentially.
Got it. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. And yeah, I just wanted to know as well, is it possible to potentially use the API plugin for a decentralized application? Or is it only possible for more of these traditional CeFi, Binance, Coinbase, these types of things? Yeah, could you speak a little bit about that?
That's a great question, man. Yeah, so we are actually working in theory at the moment. We are at the R&D stage, and we're looking at decentralized wallets, like for instance Nexo. As long as a wallet can have access to order books, essentially, then we can operate on it. Whether it's centralized or decentralized, we can operate as long as there are access to order books, and there's real time trading that is permissioned out of the wallet. It's not just simply storage and that's it. Then yes, our software can fully operate out of it. We are in the R&D phase with Nexo. Nexo has their personalized private wallet that they have offered to clients. They do provide an earn interest component to that. Although I should come back to that question at a later date. I need to confirm if they actually have an order book set up out of those wallets. If they do, then 100% we can operate out of. Yeah.
Got it. Coming back to the packages real quick, in regards to the optionality between the quants, is that basically the only differentiating factor in regards to the difference in pricing models, or what else is there outside of that particular element of the pricing packages in between the three?
Yeah, good question. So that's basically it. Just all the real difference is that it gives the clients more exposure to the market. So the base the base package will give you 3 trading pairs that allows you to make X amount. Depends on what's in the pair, what you've allocated to it, and then our bot does all the hard work. So as you go up incrementally from each package, the real main difference here is that you are given considerably larger amounts of earning potential, right? You have 3 trading pairs, you have 15 trading pairs. That's essentially how it works, because then we have to incorporate server costs on our end, which is very expensive and they keep rising. So we have to make sure that we offer a very expensive, very specific institutional grade trading software to everyday investors for as minimal as possible. So the price difference is really only correlated to the number of quants that each portfolio has. And of course, it's in a client's best interest to have as many as possible, depending on their financial tolerance or what they want to allocate to that particular spot wallet. That's basically how it works.
Got it. And my final question is in regards to the 20% commission that you guys are taking, is that for the principal or is that just for the profits that are being made and generated from the AI software?
That is only profits. We do not ever touch anyone's funds. We have no physical or technical way to ever handle funds. So that 20% is only based off of the interest that the bot has generated for you per month. If the bot doesn't generate anything, you don't pay us. But that's never been the case for us. We always get paid because our bot is always profiting. But that's basically how it works. We do not your principal, your capital that you put in, that's yours and only yours. No exchange, no third party trading software. Nothing will ever interfere with that. It's only based off of what we make. So if we have a client who has $50,000 in their account, they have a handful of pairs, whether it's 5,000 minimum per pair or more. They make minimum 3% per month. That's $1,500. We would then just simply take 20%, so $300 US from that profit, and then they're left with a $1,200 USDT because that's theirs. They paid their dues, and that's it. So it's only based off of interest. That's it.
Got it. So I'm guessing then the only risk would be deploying your capital into a centralized exchange, I guess, in case that exchange crashes like FTX or something like that in a catastrophic event, something like that.
That is true. And unfortunately, I wish I could give a better reassurance to clients. Our corporation has money on centralized exchanges. I personally do. My family does. Our coworkers do. I'm sure everyone who's watching this does as well. That is a risk that unfortunately we have. It's out of our scope of control. Although it is a bit frightening to some, we do put a lot of faith in Binance really as number one crypto exchange. I mean, they've been through arguably some very difficult times. They have a good insurance policy. They're very cognizant of their funds. They don't seem to dabble in, sketchy third-party antics or have, very questionable people on their board. So yeah, that is really the only risk that you're taking, is kind of where you're putting your money. But because we operate in 14 different exchanges, we give the clients the ability to exercise discretion in that respect. But if we do pass our R&D phase with a decentralized wallet that has an order book capability, then 100% your risk is essentially zero. We carry our own insurance policy. These exchanges carry their own insurance policy, and we just want to give the most secure, simple mindset to people that they just plug and play, they make money, and that's it. So here's hoping to a better 2023 and beyond, and no more antics in the crypto space.
Exactly. I pretty much think that we've got all the questions covered, man. Where can people find you on the internet?
Great question, man. Yeah, so we are at www.arctechnologiesgroup.net. We are working on our social platform with Twitter and Instagram, but you can find us at that link as well. We will be at the Panama Tech Day event August 17th in Panama City. We'll also be at another conference for a banking summit in Ecuador in September. So you can find us in person there with both myself and our staff. But if you check out our webpage, everything that we've gone over, it explains everything in pretty good detail. And if clients are interested in trying it out, at the bottom of page number 3, it just suggests you go and email us at info@arctechnologiesgroup.net. We can run you through the simple process of how we operate, the onboarding procedure. We can do a virtual meeting with myself or with any of the technical analysts, have a conversation with everybody and just say, okay, this is what we offer. This is all your questions answered. If you'd like to sign up, let's look at Calendly and let's look at what date works for the client and what date works for our team. And then we do the white glove onboarding call, essentially. So it's it's all laid out there. And again, one last point to that is, because we are operating in a highly volatile space. By that I mean, politically speaking, rules are always changing. Legislation is always evolving. We've just grown organically to such a large amount of clients over the last 3.5 years because we've just been very discreet. We don't have to be out in the open. But as time goes on, you will see our name in more adverts on different exchanges and different events. But at the moment, that's our website, that's us, and we're happy to answer any questions that potential clients may have.
Perfect, man. Dan, want to say thank you again for coming on. I appreciate your time, man. And it's been amazing. And do you have anything else? Any closing? Was that it? Was that everything you got?
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, man, thank you so much. And again, for the audience, I'm sorry. It's not on Van's end, it's on my end. I had a difficult time with internet this morning. I have to come down in my car to piggyback off of another Wi-Fi hotspot. So I'm so sorry for everybody who's watching. But Van, you've been a blessing to talk to, man. Very privileged, very honored to be seen here on the show. And exceptional questions, and please, whatever else that yourself or any other potential clients may have, please ask us. And I'm very blessed to have been here today with you. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one, man, and peace.